from Strings and Threads. Welcome and thank you so much for being here. Welcome to Wearable Wednesday. I'm just bringing my project over. Sorry if that's distracting. I came up with Wearable Wednesday because I like when I see people saying, oh, look at this wearable thing that I made and it looks so pretty and so beautiful, because I've always struggled with that. Whenever I've made something, I've not been happy with it. It either doesn't fit right or I don't like the way it looks on me once I've made it. So I decided that I was going to work on a wearable, work throughout the week on a wearable, and I'm not going to necessarily finish the whole thing in 1 week, but I'm going to make progress towards it. And it's not on any kind of deadline. This project is kind of a little bit lower on my list. So I feel like as long as I can get a little bit done each week, then I felt accomplished with that. And I'll list the link to the pattern that I'm currently doing down below. And see if I can get a little bit better at making wearables, a little bit better at picking them, a little bit better at learning how to size things to my body. So I just finished a cardigan that I loved. That was the very, very first wearable that I loved. I wore it once to school, but I work at a school. But the school that I work for is warm, or at least the classrooms that I'm in, because it's an old building, so I think they have some different heating and cooling zones, because I know some teachers have complained that their classrooms are cold, but all the ones that I'm in are always overly warm. And so I had it on for about 5 minutes and then I just carried it around the rest of the day, which was the worst. So I probably won't be wearing it to school or to work anymore this season. But I saw a pattern that I just really thought was pretty and I wanted to give it a try. And it's interesting the way you put this one together too. This one is called Poncho-Style Summer Crochet Top. And here's how it looks. It's not a glare on there, that's just the way that this picture looks. I thought it was really pretty, and the way that they make this, maybe I can show it a little bit better. It's 2 squares, and the squares come over your shoulder, and then you sew the squares together in the front and in the back, leaving a hole for your head to go through. And then the sides are sewn up too until it's the, what you want it to be. So you basically just have to make 2 squares and put them together. And I thought, if I like this, I could do that. I can make 2 squares the size that I want using any stitch and make another top like that. So we'll see. I want to see how this one turns out and how much I like it and how much, if I like it on me, which I'm hoping. You don't start off putting all this work into something thinking, oh, I hope this doesn't fit my body. That's silly. So anyway, this is how much I'm on the first square, and this is long, but this is how much I have done so far. It's a simple stitch. It's mindless. It's been easy to just pick up and go with. So I'm going to stand up and see if I can show you kind of what I meant, if you weren't sure what I meant. So this would get folded in half, and then this part would go over my shoulder, and this part, folds like this. And I know you can't see my whole body, but basically the second square would go this way, and then I would find where I wanted it to start being sewn together, and then I would sew just in the seam right here, sew the 2 squares together. And then this would come out further, and then I'd sew the side up to wherever I want the armhole to be. So I think it's a pretty cool pattern. If I like the way this looks on me, I feel like I could just really do whatever I want. I could even do knitting that way. I could knit something and make it the same way with the 2 squares. This pattern calls for a mix of cotton bamboo. But looking at the price of the cotton bamboo, I was like, I wonder if there's something I could substitute that isn't quite as pricey for the amount that I needed, because you need quite a bit of it. So I looked up, there's a website that you can look up substitutes for yarn substitutes. This was one of the things that popped up. It's called Comfy Cotton Blend by Lion Brand. And this feels amazing. I've been enjoying working on this because it's kind of, I don't want to say silky, but it's just so smooth and it feels so nice. And I'm hoping it's not too warm for a summer top. But it's just been really nice to work with. And the cost, if I were to use the bamboo over this, it would have been more than double the cost. So this also saved me a lot of money when it came to making the top. So, helpful hint, if you're looking for a way to save a penny, look on that website that says Yarn Substitutes and see if you can find something that is less pricey, that kind of fulfills what you need for that pattern. So thanks for coming along. If anybody wanted to join in, they may. I might be doing kind of double duty because there are two stations, Nina's Knots and Crochet HD, who are doing something called #TanksandTeas 2023, where they had given a design. They said you can use any design you want, but I'm going to make the one that they put out there. It's a free one. I'll list it in my description. I can't remember what it was called off the top of my head. I was looking down because I thought maybe I would have written it down, but I don't have it written down. But they are making these tops from May 1st through the end of June. And I guess you can send them pictures and then be entered in a drawing for prizes. I was hoping I could kind of join in with them on my station, but I don't know if they're having other content creators join in or not. It's been a little bit like I'm not quite sure what they're doing with that. So I'm going to just incorporate that into my Wearable Wednesday and hopefully have that done by the end of June. And then I'll just send them pictures because like I said, I'm not sure that this is open for all content creators or if they're just doing it, just the two of them and everybody else just sends them pictures. So anyway, if you are interested in doing that, head over to either Crochet HD or Nina's Knots, and I'll link both of them in my description below. And you can maybe find their video where they explain the patterns that they're using. So thanks for watching today, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.